Hi, it's Chris here from the EQ Mod project. In this video I'd like to look at EQASCOM Run. Now this is an application that installs with EQASCOM, and you can access it off the Start menu. Now what it does is when it starts up, it tries to communicate or tries to connect to EQASCOM. Now, if it can't establish a connection, instead of giving up like most clients do, it keeps trying. As we can see, eventually, in this case it succeeds. I simulated some comms errors there just to make it take 3 times. Now, as an application, there's not a lot to it. This is all you get. It starts up, it's normally right down the bottom here, probably hidden by the Start menu. And it's not easy to close down. If I try and close it manually, a little dialog pops up and asks you, are you really sure? I say no. And the same if you do an Alt F4 or any other way to stop it from the task manager or whatever. Windows can shut it down when Windows shuts down, but otherwise it's very hard to close down, and that's very useful because normally EQASCOM only runs when a client application connects to it. Now, in the normal case, if we don't use EQASCOM Run, if we just start up our planetarium, yes, EQASCOM will start up, but if we close that planetarium, or if that planetarium were to crash, EQASCOM would shut down. Now, it's no big deal as far as the control of the mount is concerned, because you can just start everything up again, EQASCOM will come up and the mount will have continued tracking. But you do lose things like possibly your alignment. If you haven't saved it, you're going to have to load it again. So it can be a bit inconvenient if that happens. By using EQASCOM Run, this is permanently running, and it's keeping EQASCOM permanently running. Now what I do is I never bother shutting this down. I just let it. I have it start automatically as part of Windows startup, and I just let Windows shut it down when I close down at the end of the evening. As a consequence, EQASCOM is always running on my machine. Okay, let me now shut it down. Now, we do provide another way of starting EQASCOM without having a client program, and that again is off the Start menu, and it's a script. As you see, there's a thing that says Start EQASCOM. Now, strictly speaking, this kind of behavior is in violation of ASCOM. For some reason, ASCOM take it upon themselves to make all sorts of requirements of how drivers should work. It really isn't any of their business, and you know, there's no reason why you shouldn't have a driver that's permanently running. But to be strictly ASCOM compliant, your driver should only ever start when a client program connects to it. EQASCOM can operate in violation of ASCOM, as we've just seen, and by running that script it's now up and running, and there are no clients currently connected to it. To close it down, there's another script. Kill EQASCOM. So that's another way in which you can have EQASCOM run, and it will not be vulnerable to client applications like Planetarium and the like shutting down. Personally, I use the EQASCOM Run application simply because it has this retry mechanism. So if there is a problem with my communications, if I run off a hub, if for some reason the hub's giving me problems, a USB hub. At least I know that EQASCOM Run will keep trying, and if I fiddle about and establish communications, as soon as that communications is there, EQASCOM will fire into life. So for me, EQASCOM Run is the preferred solution. Okay, that's it.